Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Antelope Valley. We know that wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are embraced here. We believe that we are co-creators with the divine and that you can change your life by changing your thoughts and your vibration. Ernest Holmes is the founder of our philosophy, and we teach universal truths from the world's spiritual teachings. And for more information, you can keep listening, or you can visit our website. And that is Center for Spiritual Living, Antelopevalley.com, spelled out. My name is Kate Robbins, and I'm the practitioner for today. Yay! And we have with us today, such a blessing. Our speaker is Carlo Novoa, and we'll get to him a little bit more. We're so grateful for him. We have our music. Stacy Justice is our song leader today, and our center singers are Tiffany Lee, April. I'm not sure, but I'll leave it at April. And Dina. Anyway, so I'm going to call forth our board member to do our announcements, and that would be Aaron. And so, welcome, Aaron.
Right. There we are. Announcements for August 24th. Workshops and classes. Blueprinting Your Life, presented by Reverend Valerie Reeves on Sunday, September 7th, after service from 2:30 to 3:45. A powerful interactive workshop where you'll explore how to consciously design your life using spiritual principles and metaphysical tools inspired by the teachings of Thomas Troward, Ernest Holmes, and Dr. Joe Dispenza. All right, we got one excited. CSLAV is recommending an online class as part of our Abundance program. Sign up for Money Mastery, Moving Out of Scarcity into Spiritual Abundance. It's a 6-week course for $75 starting Tuesday, September 9th from 6 to 7, instructed by Reverend Kathy Ann Lewis. She asks, what if pursuing prosperity brought you closer to the divine? Go to our website or our weekly email newsletter to click on the art to enroll and learn how to open yourself to spirit-based prosperity. And there's a flyer in back. And remember, this isn't about just making money. Prosperity is whatever you decide it is. Our fundraisers. We have a Seas Candy storefront for New Children's Church Fund. Scan the barcode on the flyer or click the button on the weekly email, or click the artwork on the website and order online. And there's no calories or carbs because you're doing it for the church. Our community vegetable garden boxes are growing beautifully. Do we have anything harvesting soon? Okay. If you would like to participate or donate to our garden fund, please speak to Tiffany Lee. Please know that the donation is for the garden fund, because otherwise I will put it in the general fund. The current events. Our Authentically Me Women's Group meets today at 3 p.m. Each moment in this group is designed to bring joy and laughter into your life, so please stick around and join in. This group meets on the 4th Sunday of the month. Next meeting is September 28th. Dean Everson Williams will strengthen your mind and body with her yoga classes every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. A $20 love donation is gratefully accepted. On Wednesday, September 3rd at 6 p.m., the Spanish language study group is meeting and facilitated by Esperanza Ramos. And they're Spanish. Okay. Join Stacy for the Full Moon Sound Bath up Saturday, September 6th at 7 p.m. Songplay Connect to the Moon, and with crystal singing, sound bowls, this meditation experience is a $20 love donation. Our monthly men's group meets Tuesday, September 16th at 6 p.m. It is facilitated by our Core Council President, Frank Williams. On Saturday, September 27th at 1 p.m., Reverend Jessica Fish facilitates a Zoom bereavement support group. The link information is on our website, in the wiki email bulletin, and on our brochure on the back table. Probably also on the bulletin board. It's 100 ways to figure it out. Compassionate Care Team. If you know someone in our spiritual community that is having health challenges in the hospital or is otherwise in need of support, please contact Joan McLaughlin. And she comes in on cue. Is anyone here for the first time? thought I recognized you all. Wonderful. Well, we're glad you're here regardless. We have many ways to keep informed. Sign up for our weekly email bulletin or scan the QR code for our website. For those of you who still like paper, a brochure is on the table at the back or on the bulletin board where you can take a picture of it in Friendship Hall. Experience a 2-minute tune-up with our practitioners after the service. Your silence and respect is appreciated during this time when leaving the sanctuary. Thank you.
Good afternoon. There I am. Good afternoon. Hello. Are you grateful? I'm grateful. Grateful for the rain yesterday.
Stephen is here, super grateful.
Grateful that Carlo's here. Grateful that Stephen's here. Grateful that all of you are here today. So we're going to celebrate that. I'm so grateful. If you would like to stand, we would love it if you would stand with us and sing along. There's some little hand movements. It's by Karen Drucker.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful.
Here we go.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me.
On the beat, here we go.
Gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 to you. I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful,
so grateful. And I'm so grateful for Gerardo, who's going to come up and help with the candle lighting ceremony. And so we perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all people and all faiths, all sentient beings come from one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. So we light the first candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practice of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light the 10th candle for those who are yet unaware of spirit in their lives, and for the space we are holding for them here at the center. And as we light the healing candles, please put silently into the light the names of anyone you wish to experience the healing flame of God's eternal love. And so my reading today comes from the Book of Awakening, and it is August 25th, actually. And so, love is in the being. The center I once glimpsed is all around me, a landscape I now live in, and I will not pretend anymore. If those I love can't recognize me, with my soul out in the open, I will no longer retreat and show what is familiar. You do not have to do anything to be loved. You do not have to perform or achieve or earn a merit badge or be witnessed doing good. It has taken me almost half a century to learn and believe this. It is my work to this day, for our messages to the contrary are deep. Growing up, I heard my father say 1,000 times, "Don't tell me how hard you try, just show me what you accomplish." But my life has shown me that the opposite is true. In my heart, where the spirit of the world really comes alive, it doesn't matter what I accomplish. The only thing that matters is how deeply I try. For out of this trying comes sincerity and love. This has led me to another realization of heart. Being who we are does not let others down. For much of my adult life, I heard the message, "You must consider others," offered as a caution against following your heart because it might upset others. Certainly, true compassion begins with the consideration of others, but the displeasure of others is no reason to muffle our love. You do not have to do anything to be loved, and being who you are does not let others down. This needs to be repeated and often. Simply be who you are and love what is before you. And so, as we sit with these words, these beautiful words from Mark Nepo, I just know that to be the truth for myself. I know that in this great, great atmosphere, that there is only love, and that love is. There is nothing that can separate us from the love of the Divine Spirit. There is only our awakening to it that need happen. And so that is my thought for this moment, my knowing for each one of us, that each of us step into that awakening, come into the realization that we are love, and that as we heal ourselves, we heal the world. As we love ourselves, we love others. And for that I am grateful. And with these words, I ground it and say, and so it is.
So it is. With love, we all have a song to sing. So join us in singing this song by Jan Garrett and J.D. Martin. It's a little snappy tune.
I got a song to sing. I got some joy to bring. It's a simple song and it's easy. Everybody sing along.
You've got a song to sing.
You've got a song to sing. You got some joy to bring. It's a simple song and it's easy. Everybody sing along. Don't be shy, don't be shy. Give it a try, give it a try. Don't be shy, give it a try. Everybody sing.
Here we go.
She's got a song to sing.
She's got a song to sing.
She's got some joy to bring.
Joy to bring.
It's a simple song and it's easy. Everybody sing along.
He's got a song.
He's got a song to sing.
He's got a song to sing.
He's got some joy to bring.
Joy to bring.
It's a simple song and it's easy. Everybody sing along. Find your part, find your part. Come from the heart, come from the heart. Find your part, come from the heart. Everybody sing. Woo! We got a song to sing.
We got a song, we got a song.
We got some joy to bring.
Joy to bring.
It's a simple song and it's easy. Everybody sing along.
We've got a song, we've got a song.
We got a song to sing.
We've got a song.
We've got some joy to bring.
Joy to bring.
It's a simple song and it's easy. Everybody sing along.
Thank you. Thank you, Jess Stacy, and our center singers. And now, I would like to introduce Carlo Noboa. He is I don't know, he's always been such an inspiration to me. He's always touched me right where I am. And I don't know, I'm just so blessed that he's here, and I know that he will bless you too. Carlo.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Can you hear me? Yes, beautiful. Okay, perfect. I'm always, and when I say I, know that I'm speaking to the I that's within each and every one of us. Yes? Because we're all one. So I'm always at the right place at the right time. And that's not just a word. That's not just a phrase that we use. Like, I really mean it. Yeah? And when Stacy said, you know, the first line that we're singing, I am grateful, and she invited us to stand up, I'm going to put up for your consideration that when someone says to you, stand up so that you could be grateful for gratitude, stand up. Stand up. There's a voice within you, though, that's like, oh no, that. All right, let's get back. Okay, services over here. Beautiful, perfect, thank you. So let's get, you know, there's a voice always, though, right? That's like, oh no, it's silly, it's kind of weird, blah, blah, blah. That's what in certain circles they call the enemy or whatever. No, the enemy lives within us. That's that chatter, that's that voice. Listen, I got up, I was weeping. I kicked cancer's butt. If you don't think that I'm going to get up when somebody says be grateful, I'm going to get up. Now, I understand that some of us have the inability to get up for some physical something or another, and I understand that. So raise your hands, do whatever. But if you can, get up and be grateful, because the fact is that you are here today in the now of this moment. And so you get to say, in a world where we're now at 9 billion people worldwide, that means that today thousands of our brothers and sisters, for one reason or another, did not get to wake up today. War, famine, an accident, an illness, whatever it may be, and yet you did. And yet you did. And yet I did. And so we look at that and go, what? Oh, God, I'm too lazy to get up and say thank you? Now, I'm not here to scold anybody. I'm just here to say, this is literally how my mind has completely shifted. Because now I get to say, wow, I've been given this gift of another day. What am I going to do with it? How am I going to show up? How am I going to make a difference, not only in my life, but in the life of anyone who comes in contact with me? How am I going to do that? And I'm going to do that by recognizing and knowing that I am one with all that there is, right? I am one with all that there is. There is no separation. There is no other. Anytime that we speak of, on the side of, or on, that means that I, and then there's something else. There is no something else. I am one, and when I say I, it's all of us. I am one with all that there is. All that there is expressing in, through, and as of me. In my prayer work, I say, God, here's what I know to be true. I know that the allness of you is expressing itself in, through, and as the allness of all of life. Knowing that I am the allness of life, I know that the allness of you is expressing in, through, and as me. But we cannot just say that as yakety yak, as chitter chatter. You got to believe it. Because life does not respond to what you say. Life responds to your core belief system. But see, we think we could fool the universe with our prayer work, right? Some people are laughing because we've all done it. Okay, no, God, for real. This time I'm serious, right? Okay, prosperity, abundance, all that is good. Meanwhile, we're walking around with a core belief system that we live in a world of lack and limitation. So the universe does not respond to what we say, it responds to what we believe in. It responds to what our core belief system is, right? And so when we come from a teaching, and this is what this teaching is doing for me, is reminding me of our oneness, right? So my topic of today, because y'all know me, and if I don't get asked to come back, you will know the reason is because Carlo is the one that says, I'm going to go off the topic and speak about my own topic. So the topic of the month, I'm right there with you. The theme for August is On the Wings of Love. Okay? Sounds beautiful, correct? What's wrong with that? But if I'm all that there is, I'm also love. So how can I be on the wings of love if I am love, which means I am the wings? It's time we started to clarify that. Just because it is written, just because somebody says, we go, oh, the wings of love, and we forget to go, well, hold on a second. That's cute. I'm loving it. I'm not mad at it. Right? But if love is all that there is, and I'm one with love, then I am the love and the wings and the thing flying. If I'm on it, that means I'm on something else. That creates separation. Hello, somebody. Do you know what I'm saying? So here's my topic, right? It's your life. Inquire about it all and question everyone, right? The difference between inquiry and a question is that an inquiry opens up conversation. A question demands an answer, yes or no. Is that blue? Yes. Is that white? Yes. An inquiry says, ooh, that's interesting. I'd like to know more about it, right? So I feel, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, we've gotten lazy. We've gotten lazy. And we don't inquire. We don't go, hold on a second, I have a question here. Hold on a second, I have an inquiry. When you say that, can you tell me what it means? Because if you were saying, and then today's topic is the turbulence of love. Any of you flown in an airplane before? Anybody? Seriously, raise your hands if you have. I want to see your hands. Has anyone who flew in an airplane, have you experienced turbulence? Is it a pleasant experience? Well, some people do, right? But I'm going to read to you. Let me make the screen a little bit bigger. Okay. Turbulence. The quality or state of being violent, disorder, or in commission. There's nothing violent about love. Love isn't turbulence. We make turbulence out of love because our humanness goes into it. But love is patient. Love is kind. Love is giving. Love heals, right? It is the love that I receive from people in conjunction with my consciousness is what created my being able to look at someone who said, oh, I'm so sorry that you have cancer. And I said, I don't have cancer. And they'd go, what? I go, no, I'm experiencing cancer. Cancer is moving through my body, but I'm not going to take ownership of it. I wasn't born with it like you're born with blue eyes or brown eyes or curly hair or dark skin. No, I'm not taking ownership of something that mine. And yet we do that all the time. I have anxiety. Anxiety is not a thing to have. It's an expression. It's an emotion. Right? I have depression. No, you don't have depression. You're experiencing an experience that is bringing the effect of depression. Now we can work. Now there's possibility. Now there's work. But if I say I have it, now what I'm doing is I'm just setting myself up for failure. Okay? I'm going to continue. Scientific. This is a scientific definition of turbulence. Chaotic or unstable. Right? And yet, again, and this is nothing on the Center for Spiritual Living, Mother Church that sends us these themes. This is for us to be mindful and to go, we can't just read something and go, oh, the turbulence of love. Oh, love is turbulent. No, love is not turbulent. Love is not chaotic, right? Love isn't unstable, right? And so it's really important because we've stopped inquiring. There's so much of that going on in the world right now. I see it even on social media. Someone that we know, a friend, a coworker, a member of our spiritual center will post giraffes are now operating on children and be like, oh, like. We immediately go, yeah, because, well, it's my friend from the center, so if he or she or they posted it, it must be correct. We don't even inquire anymore. We just immediately go with it, and then what happens, the worst part about it is that I'm going to now go tell somebody else. You know, a really good friend of mine from the center, and she's really cool, she's really smart, or they or him or whatever, she just posted, could you imagine what's happening now? They're letting giraffes operate on children. And the person goes, what? And then before you know it, she goes into he or they go tell somebody else. And this is what we're doing. We're seeing it in our world right now. No one is going, hold on a second, I don't know this to be true. I don't know it in my heart. Let me turn within my own self. Let me check within my own self. We start just agreeing with what people are saying, and that's not the way that it's supposed to be. Not when we come from a teaching that is telling us that right here, right now, right where I am, I'm standing on holy ground simply and solely because I'm standing on it. Period. Like, period. But then the chatter comes in, oh no, I think he must be talking about them or her or him in that cute outfit or her in that pretty dress or them. Because see, in my history, no. God doesn't care about history. See, we have started labeling God, the universe, life, whatever you're comfortable with calling it. And we've started to assimilate it with our own human experience, right? So Stacy said something to me 6 months ago that was uncomfortable. It's not true, by the way, I'm making this up. She's a beautiful human being, right? And so 6 months later, Stacy says, hey, Carlo, you know what? I've been reflecting. And I said that thing to you 6 months ago, and you know what? As I keep thinking, it was, oh, no, Stacy, you know what, girl, you said it. Too bad. We're done, right? And because we behave that way, we think that's the way God behaves. We think that's the way the universe behaves. We think that because of the fact that I've said, no, my life is meant to be a life of lack and limitation and fear, doubt and worry, I'm not good enough, I've never been good enough, then what happens is that the universe then meets us at our own understanding of our relationship with the universe. That's the part we don't understand. The universe will meet us right there at our own understanding of our relationship with it. So the universe says, hey, my beloved, that is not what I know for and about you, but I love you so much that I will prove you right. And we will continue to have more of those experiences that will continue to affirm that I'm not good enough, that I've never been good enough, that I live a life of lack and limitation and limits and stuff like that, right? Until, now what if this morning I got up and I had those feelings, right? That I'm not good enough, that I'm never going to have prosperity or abundance or a good love or anything like that. And all of a sudden, around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I go, you know what? No. I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to have a different belief system. We think the universe, we think that God's going to go, no, Carlo, too bad. You've been thinking about that way for way too long, too late to change now. No, the universe goes, beautiful. Now I'm going to meet you right there. Now I'm going to meet you right there. Even if this morning you were saying, life isn't good, this isn't going to work out for me, I'm never going to make it, my dreams are never going to come true. And then all of a sudden, which is another way that we describe the miracle of God, all of a sudden we get a different thought process that says, no, hold on a second. Not if, but because I am one with the power and the presence that is everywhere all at once, expressing in, through, and as me, that could only mean that all is good. And life goes, beautiful, now I'm going to meet you there, and I will give you more of that. That's how it works, right? See, I love that little, right? But see, that's what happens, and so that's what so again, this isn't like, no tea, no shade, I'm not mad at anything. As far as like the topics, I just want us to realize how we go along, even in communities like ours, and we just follow. And we just go, okay, well then I guess I am standing on the wings of love. Now, hold on a second, I am love. I am love. What I will do, because I am love, I will have someone who's not aware that they're loved lean on my wings. That's what I'll do. I'll have someone who's not aware yet that they are love personified, that they're in love in existence, they are love in humankind. Until they're aware of that, I'm going to have them fly on my wings. I'm going to have them lean into my consciousness until their consciousness is strong enough that they could go, wait a minute, hold on a second, I forgot I had my own wings. Thank you for reminding me that I am the wings of love, that I don't need to stand on it, that I am it. And now that I know that I'm it, I will recognize when someone doesn't know the truth for and about them, and I will have them stand on my wings as well. You see what I'm saying? And that's how we keep doing. But what happens is we continue to live a life of what if, rather than a life of even if. You know what I'm talking about, sister. We live a life of what if instead of living a life of even if. What do I mean by that? For some of you who are going, what does that mean? What if is we live a prayer of like, what if I never get the record deal? What if I never write the book? What if I never find true love? What if I never do this? Because see, our relationship with the universe is contractual. For those of us who are coming in late into our practice, contractual. If I get the record deal, then I'll be at good with the universe or with God. If I get the relationship, I want to get to a place where I go, even if I don't. Even if I know I don't, I know that God is for me and never against me. Even if I don't, I was listening to this podcast and I heard this one lady saying, she was going to a Pentecostal church, African-American woman was talking. And she said that her grandma would get up on Testimony Sunday. They would do Testimony Sunday right before Sunday service. So Testimony Sundays where right before service would start, people would come up and they would speak to how God has showed up in their life in the week, right? And so she said her grandma would say the same thing every single Sunday, right? She said, God has helped me with my jaundice. Because when she was little, she had something with her liver, so she got jaundice. She said, God has helped me with my jaundice. And then she said, and God has given me a child. She didn't have children, and at 40 years old, she had a daughter. And she said to God, she's like, God, if you give me a child, I will give her over to you for her service. And her daughter became an amazing minister. Correct, right? Then she goes, but and yet including that, my grandma, she goes, she had arthritis so bad that her knees looked like grapefruits. Right? That's how bad her arthritis was. So even when she would get up, she would say, and if God does not heal my arthritis, it's not because he can't. What? That kind of faith. That kind of faith. If God doesn't heal this arthritis, it's not because he can't. See, and so many of us go, if I don't get that thing, it's because I'm in odds with God, because God still remembers that thing I did a few years ago, how I behaved when I was a teenager, or maybe God's mad at me, or I'm not worthy, or I'm not good enough. Instead, we don't realize to go, is it perhaps that the universe, that God is saying to you, that's not your path. That's not your path. That's not how you're supposed to minister out into the world. That's why I tell you guys when I come here and I hear the beautiful music ministry that we have here and the meditation that we have here, and I share with you and I say, please, I understand this and I love the fact that you guys come to hear the people speak, not just myself, the other amazing speakers that come, but come and get ministered by the music. Come and get ministered by the music, because that's also how we become ministered. That's what moved me to tears when that song Gratitude was coming on. Gratitude in front of me, gratitude behind me, gratitude above me, underneath me, within me, all around me. Yes, please. I'll take a double scoop of that. So you think I'm going to like sit down and not get up and go, oh, because we have to remember, ladies and gentlemen, the conversation that we have with other people and with ourselves, at the exact same time that we're having that conversation with ourselves or with other people, we're having it with the universe. At the exact same time. At the exact same time. When you're sitting there and somebody says, hey, you know what? Get up for gratitude. You go, oh, no, that's really silly. I don't know if I should get up for that. The universe hears that and goes, beautiful. I'm going to give you more of that. And it's not punitive, by the way. It's not punitive. It's not punitive. Literally, the universe will meet you at your understanding of your relationship with it. But if you get up and you say, you know what? I'm going to get up and praise and be grateful and sing. The words are up there. Even if I don't know the word, I'm going to look up and sing it because I'm grateful that I woke up today. I'm grateful that I can breathe. I'm grateful that my digits can move. I'm grateful that my lungs can breathe without the assistance of any machinery. And if there's a machine helping me breathe, thank God for that machine that's helping me breathe. Right? I'm grateful that my heart is beating with the assistance of no machine. And if there's a machine helping my heart beat, thank God for that machine. If there's medicine that I need to help me with something physical, thank God for the medicine. Why? Because not if, because God is everywhere. Guess where God is? In that medicine. Hello, somebody. But see, we become this sort of like highfalutin spiritual people now because we moved away from organized religion. So now I'm this like greater than spiritual person watching me walk on water. Do you know what I mean? And so it's like, oh no, medicine. Hold on a second. How do you think that idea that was dropped into that scientist to create that medicine? How do you think that was dropped in? So not if, but because God is everywhere, then God is guess where? Right where that medicine is. right? Where that scientist is everywhere. Or we cannot come to places like this and say God is everywhere. We can't. Not when we're living our lives trying to find other areas. See, we start looking at our lives like pieces of a pie or a puzzle. So in this area, God is, but in this one, God is not. In this area, God expresses himself fully, but in this one, it doesn't. Because it doesn't suit my narrative. Right? And that's the thing. We get so caught up in our belief system. We get so caught up in, I'm going to get that one on that person. Right? Instead of going, no, hold on a second. Here's what I know to be true before science, before anything else. What I know to be true is that God is everywhere present. And that if it, because that is true, then right there where those scientists are working, God is right there expressing itself in through and as them, expressing itself in through everything that they're creating. That's the truth. But some of us don't do that because it doesn't fit our narrative. And some of us will see posts like that on social media and will agree with it simply because we're too lazy to go do our own research. I keep it moving. I don't judge it. I don't comment and go, oh, I think you're wrong with that. Nope, not for me. I just keep it moving. I don't comment good or bad. Nope, not for me, not in my consciousness. Here's what I know to be true. In fact, what I started doing right before, when I opened Facebook, I put my hand on my phone or my computer, and that to me is a prayer request. That's become a prayer request. Everybody there is asking for prayer. They just don't know it. Everybody there is asking for prayer. They just have no idea. But what happens is we get stuck with our narrative. We get stuck with the truth, with what's not the truth. So the other day, I have a client of mine who, she's been a client of mine for 30 years. She's a born-again Christian, amazing woman. And we have these conversations. And somehow it came to being saved, right? Oh, I was telling her about a podcast that I was listening to. And this reverend was talking about how, and he's from All Saints Church in Pasadena, a very progressive minister. Was talking about how the light of God is with all of us and stuff like that. And then she said to me, she goes, well, I wonder what he believes in being saved. And I said, oh, and what do you believe in that? She goes, well, I believe that God is a just God, and that all those who take him, right, and Jesus Christ as the Lord and Savior will be saved. Now, I'm not mad at any of that, so please know, and I'm not poking fun of it, right? So I said to her, I said, okay, I said, so now, I said, there are people, indigenous people, that live in remote parts of the world that have never even heard of a Bible, have never even seen it, have never even heard of this man named Jesus Christ, because they live literally like in the jungle or in some remote place where they've never even heard, they have no connection with the modern world. So you mean to tell me that when that person dies, the God you believe in goes, yeah, sorry, you should have done better and done some research. You should have left that jungle. You should have left that remote place, because now guess where you're going? Down there for all eternity. I go, is that how that works? She had no answer. She had no answer. And I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, see, this is what happens. We go to places, they tell us that, and they go, well, that must be true, what the Reverend just said. Really? Is it? Or do we get to go, well, hold on a second. What about people who have never heard of this man called Jesus Christ? What about people who have never heard of this book called the Bible? Who have never even seen it? You mean to tell me that God, who is in all places, as all places, who expresses itself in through and as every single individual, plays these people in this part of the world where they would have no connection with the outside world, just to later go, ha ha. Guess where you're going? Because I'm that kind of God. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm sorry, but that's not the God I want to believe in. And yet so many of our brothers and sisters say yes without even inquiring for themselves, even without them reading and going, well, hold on a second, is there another scripture that says something else? She couldn't answer. So her response to me was, I'm going to ask my minister and then I'll get back to you. And again, I'm like, okay, good, I'm looking forward to it. She couldn't get an answer even from her minister, so instead, she sent me a reel from Facebook of someone explaining some other kind of story. So she sends me this message. She goes, this won't shed light to your question. She goes, this won't answer your question, but hopefully it'll shed some light. And I was like, I'm already light. And I don't mean this to be egotistical. I'm already light in human form. I don't need light. I need you to explain to me how this God of yours believes that someone, because they've never heard of their son named Jesus Christ, they're not going to burn in hell for the rest for all of eternity. How does that work? And so I say to everyone here, and I see some of our young ones in here, inquire about everything. Don't take everything just as it says. If somebody tells you something, just whoever they are, question it. Inquire about it. Research it, Google it. It's so easy. I go, all it takes is a Google search sometimes for certain things. Don't just follow it. And for parents, honor your children when they go, I have a question. I have an inquiry. This isn't sitting right with me. Right? I've always been that individual. I remember I was raised Catholic, and I'm thankful that I was raised Catholic because it gave me my first understanding of a higher power. Right? Where my challenge came as I grew, it was like, well, our God is an all-loving God, all-loving, but only loves these people. And I was like, ooh, then you can't call it all-loving. Then you got to call it some kind loving, or almost loving, or just for a few people, right? So I went to catechism classes because I was doing my first communion, and there was a nun who was giving us the lesson. Honestly, God, true story. And she's reading something from the Bible. And at 8 years old, I said to her, great, can you tell me how that lives in your life? And she goes, what? I go, what you just read to us. Can you now tell me how you walk with that, how that lives in your life? And she goes, well, that's just the way that it is. And I was like, I got it. What you're reading is the way that it is. What I'm saying now, what you just read, how does that live in you? How do you walk in that? How do you walk in the world? How do you show up in the world with that teaching you just taught me? She goes, that's just the way that it is. So she sends me home, parents, with a note that says, Carlos disturbing. And so what happens is that some of us, because we had that experience as children, we will not inquire as adults. Hello, somebody. Because remember, who is responding in the moment of distress is not the adult you, is the little child within you that's responding. Is the little child in you that is connected to an experience that the adult is going through, that is connected to something they went through, and that's going, oh, this is too much. Oh, this is a lot. Oh, I don't know if I could handle this. Oh, this is too stressful. Or this is too big. And so that's who's responding to that. It's not the adult self. And so that's why when somebody writes something, we go, okay, I guess that's just the way that it is. Really? Sit with it. Sit with it first. Bring it into your meditation work. Bring it into your prayer work before you say that's just the way that it is. Sit with it first. You still might at the end up with that's the way that it is. Beautiful, but at least you've sat with it. At least you brought it within. At least you communed with the spirit that resides within you and see how that feels when you bring it into your meditation work. See how that rests within you. So that way you can show up in the world truly as who you are. Right? This is what got to me. So I'm going to share this as we close because I feel this is really important for me to share. I was going to share this first, but then when I saw the title of this, I was like, oh, I got to talk about that. Because it all comes together. So November of last year was the most challenging physical month that I had ever experienced in my entire life, especially with this cancer experience. I had no idea that your body could express this level of exhaustion isn't even the word, or tired. Like, it's not even close to it. I'm serious what I was going through. Where I didn't even have the energy to chew food. Like, my partner was trying to find, he would even slice apples, like an apple, and go, try this, and I couldn't even chew it because I didn't even have the strength to chew food. I was having a hard time breathing because I couldn't muster the energy for my lungs to work, right? And at the exact same time that I was experiencing that level of exhaustion, I was dealing with this level of pain that I didn't know was possible to experience in your body. And I was like, how is that possible that your body could be this exhausted where you're having a hard time breathing, where you can't even chew food, while at the same time experiencing a level of pain that I just could not even begin to imagine, right? So I'm lying in bed, and I have a table of the medications they're giving me, and none of them are opioids. It's stuff for my liver and things like that. They gave me 3, because they counted them. I guess I don't want people to get addicted, and I'm thankful for that. They gave me 3, like, painkillers, right? Not enough to put a dent in nothing, you know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. When we step outside of the love of who we are, here's the moment when we lean into our humanness instead of leaning to the light that we are. I was lying there and I looked and I thought, this seems too permanent. This seems too permanent for me. What could I take that's in here that could end all of this? I'm being honest. All of you know I will not come here and just be like, oh, you know what I mean? I'm going to show you how God works in my life. That's why I'm here, right? I was like, I want to know what could I take that would just end this, because this is seeming too real, like it's going to last. It's been 2 weeks of me experiencing that every single day, right? So all of a sudden, I feel that my room goes completely black, like just black, like where almost I can't see anything. And I'm lying there, and to my right side of the bed, right here, and some of this hasn't been fully expressed to me yet. There's certain numbers that I'm thinking, why a 3, why this? Does that make sense? Like I'm still figuring out why those, but the other thing helped. So I'm standing here, and my partner's father, who passed away of cancer 2 years ago, was standing on the right side of my bed. Right? He's standing right there on the right side of my bed. I'm standing right there, and he's standing right there, and he's dressed, he's Japanese, he was born Japanese, and he's dressed in traditional Japanese attires, all that I could call it, like a kimono, like back in the olden days. And he's standing there, and his hands are like this, and he's looking at me with this most calm, peaceful look in his face. And he goes, I'm here, and I will be here for you. And then he does 3 circles around my bed and comes back and goes, you're going to be fine, right? And then he leaves, and these 2 African women come and stand in the place where we were sitting. And they were old, like old African women, where like the lids of their eyes were like coming over, like they were like literally old, but they were dressed in this beautiful African garb and in their hair, and they had like the dreads that were hanging outside of the thing, and they were twins because they were the same height and they were identical. And what was so amazing, they didn't say a word, but they came by and they stood, right, and looked at me, and they had this grin on their face, like, why did they call us here? He's going to be okay. It was like that, like I promise you. Like I could hear that just by looking at their facial expression, right? I could hear that just by looking at their facial expression. They looked down, they both looked at each other, had this smile, they're like, why were we called here? It's going to be fine, right? And they leave. With that, the room gets even much darker where I can't even see, like, my hand in front of me. And I feel like I'm being put in this square sort of room. I see corners, right? And all of a sudden, out of that corner on my left-hand side, I see a light. It's literally about the size of a pin. Like, I'm not kidding you. Like a light. Like, you see like a piercing of a light that's coming through like this. And from that light, I hear a voice that says, this is only temporary. 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 And that became my mantra. And that mantra took me from 5 minutes to the next 5 minutes. To the next 5 minutes. Because I would say, if I could just last 5 more minutes, right? And I would say, this is only temporary. And then 5 more minutes would pass, and my truest, highest self would go, 5 more minutes. And I would go, this is only temporary, and so forth and so forth and so on, right? So I'm having a hard time breathing still, but now that all this experience, and I'm going, oh my God, right? And I'm getting up to go to the bathroom, and that was the worst for me, by the way. And I'm having a hard time breathing, and all of a sudden, I hear a voice that says, you breathe, those are your lungs. You breathe for yourself. Do not let cancer breathe for you. I promise you. I heard this voice so clearly that it said, you breathe for yourself. You do not let cancer do the breathing for you. You breathe for yourself. And I was like, I don't know if I can. I was going, I don't know if I can. And it was so gentle. It was such a beautiful, gentle voice. And he says, And he goes, okay, he goes, take a few more breaths the way you're taking them, right? Like a coach would kind of. To go, okay, so breathe the way you're breathing. And I was like, and he goes, and then all of a sudden he goes, remember your mantra when you meditate. And I was like, what? So when I meditate, right, I do God is, I am, in my breathing, all through my nose, inhale, exhale, right? And I was like, okay. So I started doing that, right? And my body would calm, and I would start to breathe like in a very sort of even pace, right? And I would fall asleep, and then I would get up, and it would come back again, and I was like, oh my God, it's back again. I go, and the voice is gone, and I would hear the voice go, no, 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 I'm here. I haven't left. I've always been here. We've got this, right? By the third time this happened, out of nowhere, ladies and gentlemen, I go, wow, I go, thank you, Dan, right? I don't know why. At that moment, I didn't know why. I said, thank you, Dan. Because it just sounded, I don't know why I said that name. I don't know why I called him that. I just said, thank you, Dan, right? So this voice gets me through that. Fast forward, as I'm doing my work, I realize that all of that is what's within us. That's why we're one. Because we're connected to the seen and the unseen. It's not just the physical. It's the non-physical we're connected, right? There are now scientists. I was listening to a podcast, and I'm going to get back to this. Listen to a podcast. A neuroscientist was saying that every second we create 800,000 to 1 million cells in our bodies. Every second, by the way, right? And the quality of those cells are determined by our interaction with life. What? Hello, somebody. If that's not enough for you to stand up and act right. You remember that song? Stand up and act right? Well, you guys are the singers, but you know that song. Anyways, but you know what I'm talking about? Like I heard that, I had to literally like pull over and go, wait a minute, what did she just say? And I hit that 50 seconds so that it could go 15 seconds, it could go back. She said 800,000 to 1 million cells we're creating every second. And the quality of those cells is determined by the interaction we have with life. And she said, the philosophers and the mystics, this is a scientist, by the way, who's been doing this research for 40 years, says this is what they've been talking about forever. So remember, the quality of the cells is determined by interaction with life. What I just said earlier, the universe will meet you at your own understanding of your relationship with God. That's the same thing, right? That's the same thing. So that's why I really want us to fully leave here, literally skipping. And if you're too embarrassed to skip inward, but go, wow, I get it now, fully. I'm not going to let it get out of my consciousness. I am one with all that there is. I am one with the visible and the invisible. I am one with the human and the non-human. I am one with the physical and the non-physical. Oh my God, I am one with all that there is. There's a power and a presence that is expressing in through all of life. And while it does that, it expresses in through and as you. Right? This is how connected we are. And then this is how things happen because it's going to take care of you even when you don't know it. Remember, there's a power and a presence. I don't have x-ray vision. I know there's glasses there, but imagine I can't see beyond that wall. I can't. But there's a power and a presence that can. What is asked of us is to trust that what it can see that's beyond that wall could only be for our highest and our greatest good. I can't see beyond that wall, God. I can't see beyond that wall, universe. I can't see beyond that wall, life. But here's what I know to be true, that what's beyond that wall could only be for my highest and the greatest good and the highest and the greatest good of every single individual involved. Hello, somebody. Right? So I'm having a practitioner session with a client of mine, and I'm sharing this story of Dan, the breathing coach. And she says to me, she goes, wow, she goes, and do you know a Dan? She goes, do you know a Dan like that? And all of a sudden, fast forward, I'm talking 10, 15 years ago, I used to volunteer for Project Angel Food. So Project Angel Food is an organization in Los Angeles that delivers meals to men, women, and children who are dealing with HIV and AIDS, right? And I used to drive on my days off because as I continued to live a life where I was fortunate to be healthy, I felt it was my turn to give back, right? And I knew that what they needed was drivers because the drivers are the ones that lead with the people and they show you a 10-minute video of introduction. And what the drivers were saying, the most challenging thing is when you go knock at a patient's door and they're no longer there because they passed. And I was like, oh, not for me. Not for me, that's too much. I'm gonna go in the kitchen, chop some vegetables because they need me there too, right? And Spirit says, no, where you're needed is out there. Right? You're not needed where it's comfortable. Your job is to comfort the discomfort and discomfort the comfortable. Right? So one of my patients that I would deliver to lived in an apartment building, 2 stories. His apartment was the one up there, and then have a monitor, so I would have to yell out to him, Dan, I'm here. You guys get that? I would go, Dan, I'm here, and he would grab his keys and he would throw them, right? And I would grab his keys, and I would open the door to the building, and I would go upstairs, and I would give him his meal. And he would say, wow, he would say, thank you so much for doing this, right? And they tell you at Project Angel Food, and I know why they do it because if you get too attached, then you won't volunteer. So they're like, drop off the meal, do not befriend, blah, blah, blah. That's not who I am. So he would say, is there any way that I could give you a list and you could get some groceries for me? It's hard for me to leave the house and I'll give you some money. I was like, of course, right? And bless his heart to pay me back. Bless you, see your seeds on the truth. And so to pay me back, he would make me mixtapes. That's how long ago this was, because in his past life, he was a DJ. So he would make me these beautiful mixtapes, and on the tapes, he would draw, right? And I found one of the tapes, and on the tape that he would draw, he goes, your spirit will live forever. You see what I'm saying? So all of a sudden, when she said that, and all this came, and I was like, Dan, because he passed away, right? A few years after me volunteering, he passed away. And I was like, this is what I wanted to share with all of you. This wasn't a story about like, oh my God, poor Carlos. It's a story about triumph and about our connectedness and our oneness more than anything. So again, to our youth and to all of us, don't just take someone's what they tell you as just as what is. Let it sit in your heart first. Meditate on it first. Bring it to your prayer first. Don't just say yes to it. Listen, it's beautiful to look at, right? Again, on the wings of love. What's wrong with that? There was a song, I think, called On the Wings of Love. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not mad at it. But what I'm going to know is that, yes, that's beautiful on the wings of love, and I'm going to know that I'm the winged lover. What? I love somebody. That's what I'm going to know. Turbulence of love? Okay. Interesting comment. Here's what I'm going to know is that love is not turbulent. I'm going to know that we make it turbulent, right? When we try to use love against someone, and we're realizing that's not love we're using now. That's called manipulation, but it's being cloaked as love. Right? So it's important for us to recognize first and foremost that we are one with all that there is. That you are gods and goddesses walking around. For real, for real. And when the indoctrination of whatever religion you came up with is standing there and saying, ooh, how dare you? Yes, how dare I? Because this is my birthright. I know that prosperity and abundance, not only is it my birthright, I know that it's my divine inheritance. What? And just stand in that. Right? Even if you go to the ATM, you guys have heard me tell that story, and you ask for a certain amount, and the little receipt comes by and says, what you asked for and what you have, 2 different things. To look at that, though, and to go, and including that, I know that that's not the truth of who and what I am. Yes? Let's pray together this morning. So indeed, how good, how great, how grand, how wonderful it is. I am truly grateful. Thank you, Father, Mother, God, Divine Holy Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for my life. Thank you for the gods and the goddesses that are sitting here right now. Thank you for those who are watching online and who are remembering not only who they are, but whose they are. Thank you for the things I yet not know to be grateful for. And it is this gratitude, this unending, never-ending gratitude that ushers me into a place of full and absolute recognition. Where I recognize you, I see you, I smell you, I taste you, I feel you, I hear you in all things. There is no place, No circumstance, no situation, no event, no experience, no spot where you are not. For you are all that there is. You are the all. Divine source, infinite energy. I know the absolute allness of you express itself in, through, and as the absolute allness of all of life. Not if, but because I am all of life. I know that you're expressing yourself in, through, and as my very life. And as I know this to be true for myself, I know this to be true for each and every single individual within the reach of my voice. Right there, right where they are, at the center of their being, in them, through them, as them, and all around them, Father, Mother God, Divine Holy Spirit, you are. And so it is from this place of oneness that I speak this word of blessing, this word of oneness, this word of gratitude. Right here, right now, we woke up. We woke up this morning and we said, whoa, I dreamed that I was separate. I dreamed that I wasn't one with all that there is. I dreamed that I was less than. I dreamed that doubt and fear and lack and limitation are supposed to be the way I walk around. Ooh, thank God I woke up to the truth of who and what I really am. I woke up and I remembered that I am one with all that there is. I woke up and I remember that I'm standing on holy ground simply because I'm standing on it. I woke up and remember that my life is divinely guided, divinely ordained, and divinely orchestrated. I woke up and I remembered that all of my needs are met on time and in time. I woke up and I realized and I remembered and I confirmed and affirmed that things are always working out for me, for my highest and my greatest good and the highest and the greatest good of every single individual. And as I speak in the I, I'm speaking for the I that's within each and every single one of us. The I am of all of us. And so right here, right now, Father, Mother God, our journey, our mission is to remind every single individual that I come into contact with that right there, right where they are, God is expressing itself in, through, and as them. Oh, how grateful I am, Father, Mother God, Divine Holy Spirit, for this center. For this center reminded me to see myself the way that they saw me. This center reminded me of my oneness. This center reminded me of the light that I am. This center engulfs me with love that I could feel even an hour and a half away from here. As I was having my infusions, as I was laying in bed, I was laying in a hospital bed, I could feel the love of every single individual here. And those who are not here, those who are watching online. Because love transcends. Love is not turbulent. Love is kind. Love is peaceful. Love is healing. So right here, right now, Father, Mother God, Divine Holy Spirit, I am so grateful. And I return back to this place of true and absolute gratitude. I'm thankful for the knowing that not only am I here for you, I'm here as you. I'm grateful for the knowing that this word was so, this word is so, this word was so even before I spoke a word of it. This word will continue to be so. I release this word into the universal law, knowing that it has no other option but to return completely, fully manifest as health and wholeness, as vitality, as prosperity, as abundance, as joy, as peace, as love, as wisdom, as insight, as clarity, as all that is good. Allow it to unfold with perfect ease, with precision and grace, simply by saying, and so it is. Amen. Thank you. Oh, I was standing here and I'm like, well, I was right here. That's what happened. I love you. And I love all of you here. And just a quick shout out, Miss Jane, who came on a red eye.
Oh, no.
She came on a red eye. Her red eye got here like at 9 o'clock in the morning. I know, my love, and she posted, she's like, when she saw that I was coming, she's like, I'm going to be on a red eye. I was going to go home and go to sleep. She goes, but now I'm going to head straight to the center. So, my love,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yay.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you all for your love and for receiving me with such great heart and such open arms. Thank you so much.
I have to share. Thank you, Carlo. Tiffany and I were hanging out, and I'm like, I wonder when Carlo's gonna come back. She's like, oh, I think he might have moved to Puerto Rico. And I'm like, no, I don't think I think Carlo needs to come back. And then I saw the post, and I was like, yes, Carlo's back. This song is called Love Always Finds a Way. It's by Karen Drucker, Amy Bishop, and Gary Lynn Floyd. And my idea of the turbulence of love was when love is only turbulent when we forget that it's love. And that saying that it's either love or a call for love. So this song speaks to that idea that love will always find a way. And I feel this song is God singing to me when I forget. Everybody take a deep breath in. Breath of life. When you're losing your way, when it's too much to take, when your will is broken, I'm here, set down. I can be your shelter, be your safe place to land. When your heart feels empty, I'm here. I have enough love for both of us. I know it's gonna be okay. I have enough love for both of us, and love always finds a way. Love always finds a way. If the future's unknown and the path's overgrown, I will cradle your soul. Don't fear. No, no, though you don't have the answers, may not know where to go. What you need is inside you. Just trust, and you'll know. I have enough love for both of us. I know it's gonna be okay. I have enough love for both of us, and love always finds a way. Love always finds a way. Remember, I'm your light in the storm. I'm your call to come home. I'm your beacon of hope. You can count on me. You can count on me. Oh, I have enough love for both of us. I know it's gonna be okay. I have enough love for both of us, and love always finds a way. Love always finds a way. Love always finds. I know it's gonna be okay, 'cause love will always find a way. Yeah, love will always find a way. It's gonna be okay. Don't forget, love will always find a way. I know. It's gonna be okay, 'cause love will always find a way. I know it's gonna be okay. I know it's gonna be okay.
Wow. What a beautiful service. What a beautiful song. Thank you. And so our ushers are coming forward, and we'll prepare for our offering. Yes.
I just want to say something, because I say this all the time. First of all, thank you for that. This is God talking to me, when you said like the way you hear it, right? And I feel that that's an invitation for all of us, that God is constantly saying that in those moments when we don't feel love, that God is telling us, I have love for the both of us. So thank you, because I got that. And what I put up for your consideration is for us to be that voice that says that to somebody else. That says to someone, don't worry about it if you can't feel it right now. If you can't give it right now, I have love for the both of us. Yes? And on that note, I want to say always with our conscious giving moment, right? If you don't have currency to give, do not let that be what keeps you from placing your hand on top of the basket and giving it a blessing. Give it a blessing. Give it a divine right action. Give it a knowing that it's going to help so many people. Because when we fall into like, oh no, I don't have to give, we literally give into that state of lack and limitation. I do have something to give. I have a prayer. I have a quick knowing that right here, right now, all of the needs of the center and every community to help are done. Period. And so it is. Yes? Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you, Carlo. Thank you for your consciousness and that beauty. And I was thinking about that song too, and you were talking about the wings. And so let us be those wings that someone can ride on. So thank you. Okay. I don't know. I'm speechless. Anyway, so if you can repeat after me or say along with me, say along with me. Today I give in love and joy from the overflow of abundance in my heart. My gift goes forward to bless and uplift, fulfilling the purpose of our spiritual community. Lives are transformed, and so it is.
When I get there, we go. We're going to do it a little bit different. So let's get the note. You, everybody, you. 1, 2, 3. You are blessed.
You are a blessing. You are blessed. You are a blessing. You are blessed. You are a blessing. You are blessed. You are a blessing. You are blessed. You are a blessing. You are blessed. You are a blessing. You are blessed. You are a blessing. You are blessed. You are a blessing. You are a blessing. You are a blessing.
And so right here, right now, from this place of true and absolute oneness, I bless not only the offerer, but I bless the giver. I bless all the people who have made this giving possible. I bless each and every single hand. I bless all of the communities, all of the programs, all of the way that this will help not only those in this center, but the communities and the people that it helps. I'm grateful and thankful and in absolute gratitude. Together we simply say, and so it is.
So it is.
Amen.
And just want to thank everyone for being here. Thank you for being here. We are blessed by your presence. And I would ask you all to stand, and we will form a circle. as we form our circle, we hold our hands up and bless each one. So repeat after me. We know who you truly are.
We know who you truly are.
You are a unique way that Spirit is expressing.
You are a unique way that Spirit is expressing.
We love you.
We love you.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate you.
We thank God for you.
We thank God for you.
Welcome home.
Welcome home.
And so,
There be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Yeah. Good job. Good job.
I don't know next week. They want me the fifth Sunday, I believe.